Will.
Yeah, how's the new place?
Really good. I'm gonna have you and Lori come over for dinner sometime.
That working well?
Oh, yeah. She said you guys are both down for groundwork, so it might be a working dinner. But yeah, it's really fun. It's a good project.
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. I want to call the Board of Commissioners meeting to order. Stephanie, do we have a roll call at this time?
Yes, sir. Commissioner Bingle,
Here.
Commissioner Blackman,
Here.
Commissioner Huff,
Here.
Commissioner Outlaw,
Here.
Commissioner Powell,
She notified me that she would not be able to be here today.
Commissioner Reddick,
Here.
Commissioner Scott.
Here,
We have a quorum.
thank you. At this time, by the bylaws, the first meeting, we're supposed to have election of officers. So at this time, I'll turn it over to our attorney.
Thank you, Chairman Scott. The floor is open for nominations for the position of chair. Do you have any nominations?
I make the motion that Commissioner Scott retain the chair.
Second.
Commissioner Huff has made a motion and Commissioner Reddick seconded. Are there any other nominations? At this time, I'll ask for a motion to close the nominations for chair.
So moved.
Second.
Sure.
All right. All those in favor of closing the nominations for chair, please say aye. Any opposed? Nominations are closed. At this time, is there a motion to elect Commissioner Scott as chair?
I make the motion that we elect Commissioner Scott as the chair.
A second.
A motion and a second. All, any discussion? All in favor of electing Commissioner Scott as chair, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations to Commissioner Scott on being elected as chair.
Thank you, sir.
All right, this time I'd like to open the floor for nominations for the position of vice chair. Do we have any nominations?
Yes, I would like to nominate Zeb Huff to continue to serve in that position.
Second.
Are there any other nominations? This time I'll ask for a motion to close the nomination for vice chair.
So moved.
Second that.
Commissioner Scott seconded.
Thank you. All those in favor of closing nominations for vice chair, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? At this time, the nominations for vice chair are closed. Is there a motion to elect Commissioner Huff as vice chair?
So moved. Go ahead. Yes, okay. Want to second it?
Yes.
All right, Commissioner Bingle moved and Commissioner Reddick seconded. All in favor of electing Commissioner Huff as vice chair, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations to Commissioner Huff on being elected vice chair. One more time for treasurer. We have any nominations for the position of treasurer?
Are you currently treasurer?
Mhm.
I couldn't remember secretary or treasurer.
Nominate Commissioner Reddick, the chair, the treasurer.
I second.
All right, we've got a motion and a second for Commissioner Reddick to serve as chair. Are there any other nominations? I ask for a motion to close the nominations.
So moved.
And seconded.
All right, all those in favor of closing the nominations for treasurer, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? At this time, is there a motion to elect Commissioner Reddick as treasurer?
So moved.
Second.
All right. All those in favor of electing Commissioner Reddick as treasurer, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations, Commissioner Reddick, on being elected as treasurer. At this time, I turn the floor back over to Chair Scott.
Right, thank you. Thank you all for that. At this time, we have public comments. Anybody sign up for public comments?
No, we did not.
Staff comments at this time.
I have a couple of comments I'd like to make. First, I want to welcome Miss Julianne Wells as our finance manager. Today is our first day. She's been with us as a temp since September, but today is her official day as an employee, so.
Right.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. And so she has a lot of things that she has to take under her belt, and she's been working through it with our fee accountant, Miss Amelia Varner, but Miss Varner couldn't be with us today for a conflict in her schedule. And then my second comment, I just want it to be a public record and known by the public that I am very threatened and uncomfortable being in the presence of our new commissioner, Ms. Bingle. And I just ask that she only communicate with me in the presence of 2 other commissioners. So I'd just like that to be publicly known, and I would just ask for that to be respectfully given to me, to have her communicate with me in the presence of others.
So
And noted. That's all I have.
Okay. First of all, and that's noted, taking that in all consideration. But being new commissioners, I want to welcome to the board, because the matter of fact that none of us would be sitting here if you had not been for Commissioner Outlaw and with Commissioner Bingham's support. That's just keeping things in perspective.
that's true.
What I require for us to do is to keep moving forward as professionals. We're doing what we need to do. We're at a critical time in the housing thing, period. The stuff I learned at the conference, oh my God. It's not just here, there's things just across the nation going on, and got some better understanding, but I encourage other commissioners next January to, if your schedules permit, to go, because the language that you hear, the conversation that you hear is just foreign unless you're in that kind of setting. And for us being new, we've been just keeping it real. We have been winging it, going with the intelligence we do have, but there's a different language when you're dealing with housing authority, when you're dealing with HUD and FEMA. There's a language there that is like, okay, started getting some better understanding, okay, things are not as cut and dry as it seemed to be.
Mhm.
And well, because you were networking and finding out some things, but just want to make them comments. This thing is real, not that you don't know it's real. And I told Tiffany earlier, I want to, as a resident commissioner, I've learned so much, and how they need to be included a lot more and empowered to do what you're supposed to be doing, and not feeling, I don't know how you feel, not feeling any type of way, but you're a commissioner and to be respected as so. So I was glad to see you here today, and just moving forward. Like I said, when we know better,
We do better.
we do better,
That's right.
but we just want to be professional about what we got to do, because we got a great work ahead of us.
We do.
We got a great work ahead of us. And that being said, any other comments from anybody in the on the staff or commissioners?
I do just want to add a word about the conference, and I want to piggyback on what you said. Not just the language, but also the networking of other commissioners who are doing this work in other locales, other resident commissioners who have navigated this. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all appointed to this board, and I think that we all have a heart to see housing, to see affordable housing be offered in a dignified and safe way to the residents that we call neighbors. And so we want to make a difference. We want to do well in our communities. And the best way that we can do that is by being equipped with tools and resources such as training, to be the best kind of commissioner that we possibly can be. And I just want to say thank you to Tiffany for giving us the opportunity, and keep them coming, because I will keep beating the drum to really encourage my fellow commissioners to join us, to continue to raise the standard of commissioner around the table so that we can really be top shelf, because in New Bern, that's what we are. We're top shelf. So
If you could, I just want to ask a point of clarification. Because I've never had a situation like Ms. Zasky has mentioned. And I just want to know from my own clarification, does that mean that if Ms. Bingle says that there's a light bulb out and a security light, does she to not communicate with the executive director except with 2 other witnesses to it? How does that work?
I would prefer that, but something like that, she could just send me an email, because that's not like, I mean, she's just saying a light bulb is out there. I mean, I could definitely.
So what situation? So again, I can understand as a commissioner, where is the litmus test of what is a need for 2 witnesses and just a simple communication? That seems to be quite a bit of an impasse to make that statement.
So let me share with you. I was at a spa one day and.
I don't care about the past. I'm just trying to move.
Pointed her
For a closed
That's
session.
not, yeah.
finger in my face in a
Yes,
public
ma'am.
place.
But hold on. Let's bring this back in. We're not gonna talk that piece in this.
No, I didn't want to. I just want to have an
The
understanding
piece in the setting.
procedurally of how this
Yeah.
will move forward.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get any historical.
Yeah, but that's the one thing I did learn at the conference. When something start rolling like that, you reel it back in, you know. And because this is not the setting for that. And that's a legitimate question.
Thank you, sir.
That's a legitimate question. What's the boundary with that?
Yes, sir.
That's what the boundary with that. And I think that's something that we need to visit in a different setting. But that's a legitimate question, and we will.
At this point, would it be easier if I made a motion for us to go into closed session to discuss personnel? We certainly would have the right to do that. Is that correct?
Yes.
I would second that motion.
Thank you. And I would ask that it would just be the board present.
Oh, yeah, okay.
There's a motion.
The
on the
motion
floor.
to go to closed sessions?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's your meeting. You call the vote for the closed session. Sorry.
Call the vote, yeah.
You need to make an approval of the motion second by the board.
Seconded.
yeah,
Yeah, we just
yeah.
need a vote to approve.
Yeah.
All in favor of going to closed session?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Like sign. Okay, thank you all. Okay. Stand by.
It'll just be 5 minutes or so.
No, man, you remember.
See, that's what I'm trying to, your commissioner. you
Got it.
can't-
I know, I
Yeah, you don't,
just-
you're good.
Close that down.
I certainly didn't.
No, I know you did.
It was a closed session. All I was trying to do is I think that's an extremely,
pause it real quick, please.
Yeah.
a very delicate matter if that a standing commissioner cannot communicate with an executive director. We